Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army.
Well, here you are.
I heard something's about to happen in Guandu.
Let's begin.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Listen. My time has come. Now go. I will act as bait to lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces? Headed for Baima Castle? I have to warn Lord Yanjin.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
We will keep the enemy at bay. You must hurry to Lord Yanliang's side.
March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjin. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target it. And
The enemy officer
we march at
has
once.
been defeated.
It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy for now. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
Lord Cao Cao's renown makes him an excellent decoy. Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing!
This is our chance. Take the enemy by surprise!
Take this! The enemy officer.
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers. They seem to be pouring out from the fort in an endless
The enemy
stream.
officer has been
We
defeated.
should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance! Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the siege. Stand strong. Our victory is imminent.
I owe Lord Cao Cao a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
And to one, you! Fight! You think you are still enough? All my might! Recovered our footing. Come, everyone! Muster up your courage! To attack! The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated. You sure know how to fight!
You've done very well. It's good to know I can count on you.
This land belongs to me now! Take this. Your power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
Taking the fort at Yanjin? We cannot let them cut off our reinforcements. We must reclaim it.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's start the advance. Let's start the advance.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own.
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life. Not possible.
Take this. All my might. The enemy officer has been defeated.
The sacred bird, Luan. And those eyes. Yes. You must be.
Take this! Bring glory to our forces!
Magnificent.
The enemy officer
are unrivaled in this world.
Here's the resistance is futile.
Take this.
This territory.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's start the advance.
Take this.
I leave the rest up to you.
All my might.
We should stop here to assess the situation. The time is right. We should attack now.
All my might. All my might.
Infested.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
There must be something I can do.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
When you're by my side, I ask for your assistance.
So you expect no less from you.
The enemy officer
Your deeds,
has been
from
defeated.
here on out, will have my full attention.
Take this. This has been brutal. I don't know how much more I can take.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
I have conquered this area.
We've gained the upper hand. Things ought to be fun from here on out.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it.
Our alone is insufficient for a comeback. We cannot afford to fall here.
Judge the situation poorly.
Time is right.
I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Look at them all getting beaten by Cao Cao's whelps. Show everyone how it's done.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
You appear when you're most needed.
The enemy officer has been defeated. There's no virtue in dying for so little. I shall retreat and fight another day. The enemy officer has been defeated.
That was a truly embarrassing spectacle. Still, thank you for your help.
You weren't able to leave me in danger, were you? Ha ha! You truly are one of a kind.
I am Wen Chou, one of Yuan Shao's greatest fighters. Any who believe themselves worthy may test their might against me. That it? You are half bad. So your bravery isn't without justification. Beautiful situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Let's go.
Damn it all. Why did it have to end like this? What? Wen Chou has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened?
If we act now, we can cross the river and proceed toward Baima. We must take advantage of this opportunity. Our main force will go on to Baima Castle to draw attention. While they are en route, we will send a detachment to attack the enemy from behind. Now advance!
Counterattack!
Good.
The enemy
Expected
officer
as much from you.
has been defeated.
You stand in the presence of Yanliang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight me? You do not lack the skill, it seems. This battle has only just begun. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Can't believe this. I have been bested. How can this be?
I could foresee losing either Yanliang or Wen Chou, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted. It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guandu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What are you saying, Zuluan? Don't tell me. You've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made. And now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on? Or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and allying with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.
Well, here you are. Juha. I see. I had been wondering who she was, and why she chose to help you. It may be that the Juha you saw was a mirage, created by your own sense of guilt. That seems to be the logical conclusion. Zuluan, I believe now is the time for you to face the real Juha. You should figure out what it was that all of you staked your lives to accomplish. You, Juha, Bailuan, and all of the Guardians of Peace. Don't you think you're underestimating me, Zuluan? I think you ought to place a little more faith in me. The key to unlocking your past is most likely the incense used by the Guardians of Peace. I investigated your village and went through just about every relevant text I could find. It took a great deal of time. However, I'm afraid the truth is crueler than you might imagine, Zuluan. I would understand if you wish to avoid learning the truth. That too is a valid choice. But if you do decide you want to unravel your past, it would be my duty as a doctor to offer my full assistance. That said, we had best try out the incense first of all. I will be rather embarrassed if it doesn't help you remember anything.
Even with such an eminent family,
I hear the way Lord Zhonghe fights is a sight to behold.
So you remember, we fought the government forces that came to purge our village and were cut down. And now, you know. I am but a fragment of your memory. A mirage from your past. Born of your deep, painful regret over having survived that day. I think this will probably be the last time you'll see me. You do not need me anymore. Because now, you remember it all. The dreams we shared, the path we chose, the hopes that I passed on to you. I made my own choices, my own decisions. I lived my life without regrets. Feeling guilty for our deaths only cheapens our resolve. So please, do not blame yourself anymore. From this point on, do not let your desire to atone for your past shape your future. Instead, be guided by your will to see your choices through. Now, go forth. You do not need to look back at us anymore. Farewell. Bailuan, take care of Bailuan for us.
Good. It seems you were able to remember Chuha. That success is a weight off my mind. You did well. I officially pronounce you cured, which means my work is complete. Yes, there is nothing more to be done. Well, I haven't really decided just yet. That's sad. I've always thought of visiting the land where my father studied medicine. Perhaps now is the time. As for you, Bailuan, you will be fine without me. Now that you know who you are, you're free to live your life as you wish. My, how you've changed. Bailuan, you're nothing like you were when we first met. The old you would have never said such a thing. Back then you were a wild warrior, hurling yourself into battle heedless of your wounds. But yes, despite my teasing, our journey has been one of the most rewarding times in my life. I met so many people, all fighting to survive this chaotic era. On second thought, maybe I could linger for a while longer yet? After all, what better place to fulfill my duty? Well, I call it a duty, but it's a humble matter compared to the exploits of someone like yourself. I learned medicine from my father, and he from his father. Along with that knowledge, they passed down the ideal of healing the sick and aiding the wounded. Now that I'm of a certain age, it's my duty to pass that ideal on to someone else. Just as Chuha passed her dreams and ideals on to you. Which is a roundabout way of asking, would you let me travel with you a little while longer? Thank you, Bailuan. I mean, that is to say, I shall continue to be at your service and provide what help I can.